Purvis Dauberly.
Defend the walls!
The day that I met the Blackstone Legion and Holden Cross.
Come out!
Bombs at the ready! Fire at will!
But I am a warden.
Get in there!
I had a job to do. I need to get moving.
Welcome to PlusDive for February 2019, and this is a look at our first game today. This is For Honor for the PlayStation 4. It cycles through quite a few different medieval styles. In the story mode, you kind of start out as, medieval style knight. But in multiplayer, you can choose between three factions, knights, Vikings, or samurai. That sounds kind of fun. I thought that this was only a multiplayer game at first, but then I found the campaign mode, and it actually seems to have a pretty decent story to it. The grunts can be dispatched pretty easily, but the bosses are a little bit more tricky. You need to make sure that you guard and attack from the direction that they're not guarding. It's kind of simple, but takes a fair amount of practice to get right. For Honor is one of the PS4 freebies this month with your PlayStation Plus subscription.
And remember, as an ICA agent, you are the most dangerous person in any room. But blunt force will get you nowhere in this business. And a true assassin never calls attention to himself. Good luck, Initiate. Sneak up and subdue him quietly.
Moving along to some more modern murder, we have Hitman for the PS4. You're basically thrown into a given situation and told to dispatch a target, and you need to figure out the best way to do it. You get bonus points for blending in and trying to take out people where they can't be seen and try to do it as quietly as possible. When you're getting closer to your target, you might need to blend in and kind of do the job that's expected of whatever costume you're wearing, just to make sure you don't run into someone who's a little bit more clever than the average Joe that might recognize that you're not supposed to be there. But once you have your opportunity, you've got a couple of different tools at your disposal that you procure on site for the most part. Could use a hammer, or you could use a garrote wire, but here we're going to just take out the silenced pistol and take out the target. Now that's not all to it. Once you've actually taken out the target, it's not just an immediate mission complete. You also need to exfiltrate as well and get back to your escape vehicle.
Advanced mission training complete. And may I say, elegantly done, Initiate. I guess my hunch was right about you. I look forward to the final test.
Hitman is the second PS4 freebie this month with your PS Plus subscription. Moving along to the PS3, we have Dive Kick. This one is rather interesting. It's a fighting game where you have two controls. You dive and you kick. You don't even move back and forth. The only way you move around the stage is by dive/jumping. If you do a kick, you kind of kick yourself back. But another interesting thing about how this works is if no one has won by the time runs out, you're actually chosen based on how close you are to the middle of the stage. I have to say, I was actually able to beat this game, you know, go through the entire campaign mode just on my live stream. It only took 28 minutes. It's a lot of fun, but a little short. There are tons of different characters to choose from, though, to keep you interested. Dive Kick is available on the PS3, but it is also available on Vita by cross-buy this month.
Argon, boron, silicon, and neon, yttrium, fermium, plutonium, chlorine, fluorine, gallium and xenon, thallium, strontium.
Moving on, the next PS3 freebie is Metal Gear Solid 4. This is one of the more high-profile games to hit the instant game library, and a pretty fitting end to the PS3 and Vita's run on PlayStation Plus. It's a bit more direct of a stealth game, although you do actually have the ability to just change your camo on the spot, and the suit will actually mimic elements of your environment for critical locations. You'll also run into some familiar faces from previous Metal Gear Solid games as you move along. Among those is Naomi Hunter here, as well as Otacon and the Colonel. There's also some new enemies, but one fun thing about this game is that you can do the whole thing, even these boss fights, with non-lethal means. With this particular boss, I was able to whittle down her stamina with some anesthetizing darts, and then when I ran out of those, I switched to a stun knife, and Metal Gear Solid 4 is the second PS3 freebie available this month. Next up we have Gun House, which is a really interesting mixture of puzzle and tower defense. You need to match up the blocks to get bigger blocks, and then once you've done that, you get special weapons and main weapons to fight back the hordes of weird enemies that are trying to attack your gun house. It's really kind of hectic, and I think it would probably play better on the Vita itself with touchscreen controls rather than using the controller, but it worked perfectly fine, and it is also available cross-buy on the PS4. But Gun House is one of the PS Vita freebies available this month.
Chunks away!
The last game on our list today, and the last Vita game to hit the Instant Game Collection, is Rogue Aces. And true to the name, it actually does seem to have some roguish elements to it. You get 3 planes to work with to try to accomplish as many missions as possible, and after that, you basically have to start over from the beginning. The gameplay is a lot like Luftrausers, if you're familiar with that game. I had a fair amount of fun. It flies well, although it's a little bit tricky on the controls at times. You'll get used to it. Rogue Aces is available both on the PS4 and the Vita, free with your PS Plus subscription. Thank you very much for dropping by for this month's PlusDive. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, spread the word, and I will see you guys next week with another feature.